All right, great. So we should be recording now, and I want to welcome everybody that's here. I am super excited. I'm going to be here with you guys for the next today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. Today, tomorrow is Wednesday. Today, tomorrow, and Thursday, to talk about marketing your niche. And we're going to go over different topics each day. And each of these, if you're watching this later on YouTube, want to attend these live, you can scan the QR code on your screen to register for future ones. These will all be uploaded to our YouTube channel, and they will all be on our Facebook page as well as I get them uploaded. So if you want to come back to do that at a later date, or watch it at a later time, that's great. Okay, so the kind of the schedule of events, as it were, is today we're going to talk about website options. Tomorrow we're going to talk about lead generation. Oh, Kara can't hear me. Can everyone else hear me? Okay, everybody else seems to be able to hear me. Okay, so Therese, let's see who couldn't hear me. Kira couldn't hear me. That must be on your end, and I'm so sorry. That's the case. Could you put up your playlist link when you have time? Larry wants to know, and absolutely we can. Playlist. I'll put that in the chat real fast to the Success Meetups playlist. And I'll also put it in the YouTube description. There you go. Okay. So like I was saying, we are going to do website options today. We're going to talk about lead generation tomorrow. And then on Thursday, we're going to talk about lead follow-up and conversion. So today, we're going to concentrate mostly on our website options. All right. So let me see. I'm going to stop my share. And I'm going to go over and I want to welcome today. Let's just make sure he's here before I welcome him. He's not. Oh, there he is. There's Sean. Okay, Sean Skinner's here too with me. He is our one of my guests, and we're going to be working out of his account today. And his niche is relocation. So his brokerage works with relocation with companies that need to relocate their people, and they're big into relocating into Portland area. And so that's going to be the niche that we're working on. Actually, we're going to use his account throughout the entire week here. But I just want to kind of talk about some of the other niches that you might have. So you could have a niche of, so like we're going to do relocation. Maybe you work with a builder and it's a new construction community. Maybe you're big into a certain community. Like I had a guy the other day who does, it's like a 55 plus huge community, and he's just the guy in that community. Maybe you have like buy before you sell kind of program or homes for heroes, all those different things, all those niches that you might have. You can use your kvCORE website. And today we're going to talk about, your website, getting it niche down for you. And then you can use all the tools in kvCORE to lead generate, like I said, we're going to do tomorrow, and follow up. So really in this time, I know it's been kind of a tough time for agents right now with interest rates the way they are and the market the way it is. And it's really important to really step back and say, how can I differentiate myself from all the other agents out there? And really finding your own niche is a really good way to do that. And so making sure that that's visible on your website is the first thing we're going to do today. Okay, so I'm going to that down. So I'm gonna share my screen on this side. Okay, so this is Sean's website, and he is the one of the managers over at the Realty Works Group. And as you can see, they have some information about Portland, but they don't have any information about their relocation program, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to build them a page about relocation. We're going to get maybe a widget on their homepage and put it in their top navigation so that's all easily accessible on their website. And so in the interest of time, I'm going to do it a little backwards. I actually already created their page. Creating the page takes time. And so I wanted to make sure we had the page so that we could do the other stuff on the site. So what I'm going to do is I'm first going to do the stuff on the site. And then we'll go back and I'll show you guys how to build that page with the remaining time that we have. All right. So I'm going to bring over Sean's kvCORE platform. So we have this page that I built for him. And like I said, I'm going to show you guys how to build this page yourselves at the end here. But it's just a page about moving to Portland. It has an embedded video. It's got some buttons. It's got information. It's got pictures. It's got one of their, they do a podcast. So we brought that in and a review that talks about relocation, right? So this is a good kind of base of things to put in your custom pages. Now, once we have this custom page in, if you go back to your custom pages, so I'm gonna actually show you, if we were to make a custom page, and we will make one, you would go to Web and IDX, you'd go to your website manager, and then you would go down to custom pages. Now, I just wanna make a little note here about your scope. So Sean is an agent, but he is also a company admin. So he has access to the top website, which is where we want this to live. And he also has his own website. So we want to make sure when you're making this, especially if you're doing it, if you're just doing it for you, make it on your website. If you're doing it for your company, make it on your company website or your office website or your team. Maybe you're a team admin and you want this for your team. Make sure you're creating the custom page in the correct place. Otherwise, you're going to have to redo it in the other spot. I mean, you could probably copy and paste the code in, but you still have to redo it. So we want to make sure that we're in his top level website because he wants this at the company level. Okay. Got a question? Oh no, I don't. Someone else said they couldn't hear me, but I think that's probably Kira. Hopefully she got it figured out. Okay. So where am I? So you're going to go, like I said, Web and IDX to the website manager, which will bring you here. You make sure your scope is correct. And then you're going to go down to your custom pages. Now, like I said, I had already made him a custom page, but I'm gonna actually take that out of there. And you made him a custom page, but what we're gonna do is if you were to make a new page, and we will make that page, so I'll call it relocation builder. You would always do a title and a category. And this is important for when we put it up in our navigation. So the title is what goes right here. That's the title. And the category is where it's nested. So if we were here, relocation, relocating to Portland is the page. This is the category. Okay. And the reason for that is once we do that, you can either put a category up in your top navigation, or you can put a page in your top navigation. So today we're going to put the page in there. Tomorrow we're going to make some landing pages for lead generation, and we're going to show you how to nest it. But today we're just going to make the page and put it up there. So you would make the page and you'd select the category relocation, or you would create your category relocation. So if you don't have the category already to choose, you're going to create one here. And then you would save the page, right? So we're going to do that after. We're going to come back to do this and show you how to make the page. But for now, let's just assume we've made the page. So it's here. So this is the title and this is the category I gave it, right? So if you go over to your, you're still in your website manager, and you go to website manager instead of site content, and you click on edit settings. And you click down to your custom navigation and scroll down a little bit. These are the pages or categories that will show up on your website. So as you can see, Join Us is a custom page that they made, and it's right here. Okay. If we also want relocating to Portland to be there, we would click in and click here and save it. Now, if we had clicked into here and chose relocation, it would be a drop down like resources is. But instead, it's just going to be the page. If you really don't want to have a drop down with only one thing in it, it's redundant. But tomorrow we'll do some landing pages that will also add into the relocation category, and then we'll switch it to the category instead of the page. But for today, like I said, we're going to do that. Now, it might take a little while. No, it didn't. It did work pretty quickly. Relocating to Portland is now here, and it's right in the custom navigation. Does anybody have any questions about how to add a page to your custom navigation? Chat. Larry wants to know, is this the hero template? The hero template, this is the hero template that they have, but whether or not, doesn't matter what template you have, this is still the same way to add things to your custom navigation. Debbie wants to know how you add photos. I'm assuming you mean the photo behind here. Debbie, is that what you're talking about? Let me know. Joan said, I missed which link you clicked on. Ooh, at what point though? So let's ask Joan. Joan, on kvCORE. Which link I clicked on? Right here in moving to Portland, this link here? Not sure, Joan, what you mean by that. I can let you. Let's see. Find you in my list. Joan. Go ahead, Joan. I allowed you to talk. If you want to give me a quick explanation of what you're looking to, you'll have to unmute yourself. While I'm waiting for Joan, Debbie wants to know on the page how to add photos to the link. So if you mean these photos here behind it, or do you mean these photos here, Debbie? Joan can't unmute. Well, I'm sorry about that. Let's see. I will. Okay, give me a second, you guys. I think there's a way. Joan. I just sent you an unmute option. Joan, let me know if that works. And then.
You have two Joans on board?
Oh, that's what it is.
I
Joan,
didn't ask the question.
Joan, look at that. Detective Joan. Okay, so Joan Thomas. Okay, I'm gonna take you away.
Thank you anyway.
Thank you. Thank you for helping me out there. So Joan Thomas. We're gonna allow Joan Thomas. No.
Okay, I have it.
Oh, there you are. Hey, girl. Yay.
Where you were on kvCORE, you said you went to Web and IDX, Website Manager.
Yes, so
Web
and IDX, Website Manager.
Website content or the settings?
For putting it in the custom navigation?
Yeah, so where you say they added the link to where it says relocating?
Yep, so right if you go to edit settings, and then over to the left, you're going to click on custom navigation, which is just going to bring you down the page to the right area. If you scroll down a little bit more, that's where you want to go.
Okay.
To add the page. So this will add pages to the custom navigation, and this will add categories to the custom navigation.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. All right. Then and then our last question was Debbie. Give me a second. Debbie. Okay, go ahead, Debbie. You should be able to unmute now.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So the photos I was talking about was in that link that you had added and you were scrolling down, there were some nice photos. How did you get those photos into that additional link?
These photos or
Not the main one behind, but when you walked us through the process of the web IDX and then creating the category, it seemed like there were photos. How did you get those photos there? Or are they there with the option, let's say hero, like the gentleman had mentioned?
these photos here?
No, I know where those are. I'm talking about
These-
the custom page. On the custom page of relocation, there was
like these photos.
yes, those photos. Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah. So after we do this, I'm gonna show you guys how to build that page and add photos in.
Okay.
Hang tight with me on that one. But if you do want to change the photos on your main site, these right here, just FYI, if people were wondering, in your settings, you can do them here, or you can upload your own to change.
Yeah, there's some nice ones. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Debbie. Larry's got his hand up. Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, not yet. I'm sorry. Wrong person. Larry, where'd you go? JK. Larry, did you have a question?
Yes, this is Ann, Larry's wife.
Okay, hi.
Hi, on the front page of the hero site, could you go to the front, the home page?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, see where he has working hard to welcome you home?
Mm-hmm.
How do you change that? Because what we have is wrong.
That is in your settings, I believe. So let's go. Let me think about this. No, it's not in your. It might be. It might be your tagline. Yeah, it is. It's your tagline. So it's in your office details. If you edit it, it's right here. So you would go to, is it your office site or your team site that's wrong?
It's his personal site. Yeah.
Oh, your personal site, then it would be, where's Sean? So you would go to your agent profile. So you'd go to Sean, my profile. I don't know if you can change that actually. It might be pulling in from, let me think about that. Actually, I take that all back. The team site is where that one is, but in for a person, so here's Sean's. If we go to his settings, I think the tagline might be down here.
Website title?
Website title.
Okay, I changed it. I changed it.
Did that work for you?
It didn't go around yet, so I don't know. And I just want to tell you that this morning we were on a little webinar, and with the other templates, that's champion, warrior, whatever, with the other templates, it says I want to keep my widgets, and then when you do that, it doesn't stay.
That kind of depends on where you got your widgets from. If you did like did you do
I made them.
if you made widgets and they disappeared,
No, no, they didn't disappear. It just says, do you want to keep your widgets? And I said, yes. And then it's like, well, we're not giving you this site, basically. But anyway, that's for another day. You continue, okay? I'll work on
okay.
everything. I'm sorry.
I'm happy to answer those questions. Frank had a question about how do I review existing campaigns without cloning? I will get to that at the end. So I'm going to leave that question up there, Frank, for you. Okay. La, la, la. Okay. So now we know how to add a page to your custom navigation right here. The other thing you can do is they have some information about Portland, but we can put a widget in that goes to their custom page. Okay. And it takes a little hacking. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. And here we go. So if we go back to kvCORE and we go back to Web and IDX, Website Manager, and again, we want to make sure we're at the company site, not Sean's site. And we're going to go to widgets. Now, they don't have any widgets on their site. I know it looks like they do with these guys. And that's because this is coded in their site editor because they got this done way long ago before we had the featured area widgets or anything like that. Okay. Now we're going to, I got a couple questions. Frank said Remax won't allow landing pages. They do definitely allow landing pages. So I'm not sure, but we'll look into that for you at the end there. Penny wants to know how to get her bats off of her website. We'll do that at the end as well. Okay, so where am I at? So there's all these different widgets you can add. And one I like the best is the contact us one. It looks like this. Get your home sold fast for top dollar, right? If you add that one in, which I'm going to do, there's also a market report one. Either of these things would work. The market report one would probably be easier. Get your free market report. This is what it looks like. But if you add it and you edit it, you have to do a little code, but you can change it to say anything you want it to say. So, the top stuff is kind of irrelevant. You really have to see, let's see if I can find this here actually. Let me get it up here. So I think it'd be easier if I switch back and forth. See where it says get your free market report? Get your free market report. You just have to find it in the code. So we're going to change it to learn about our relocation services. Okay. And here where it says curious about your local market or area, right here. So we could say something like, what do we want to say? We could say this. Oh no, that's too long. You might do it here. Well, it's not maybe too long. Let's try it. In the industry. And then underneath it, we could put find out to say start your journey. Start your journey to Portland. Learn all about the PDX area. PDX is our call sign, and everybody calls it PDX here. PDX area. Learn all about, let's see, started trying to learn all about the PDX area. I want to say, and our 20 years of experience relocating our clients to the city we love. Okay. And now there's a button that says get my report. This button, we're going to just say learn more. And now this button has to go somewhere, right? Now in Portland, or in the, see right here, it says / market report. This is where it normally goes, is to the market report. And anytime you put a / in without the URL, kvCORE assumes it's the URL of your company. So we could just put this ending on it and it should work. Or you could even put the whole URL in if you wanted to. But if you're going to have this trickle down to your agents on your team or your, you would want to do this so it goes to their own pages. And then we're going to save it. Robert wants to know, is there a blank widget for non-listed topics? And the answer to that is no, although I have been asking for that for quite some time. You can also do something like, you could go to Canva and you could make a widget in Canva and get the embed code and stick it in, because right here is a custom code where you can put any code you want. And I actually did a video on that, on how to do it in Canva and just pull off the code. And I'll put it in the chat. Hang on, find it. No. Get up. I'm done. No, I did one. Just gotta find it. Can't find it. I know I did one though, but you could go to Canva. Here, I'll just put it up really fast. And make like a banner. Like you could do your custom size be. Should I want that? I want it to be skinny. It's gonna be too big. 500 by 50. And then you can make it as pretty as you want. Like, and you know, you could make colors or whatever you like. And then come here. And then all you would do is hit share. More, embed. And you take this HTML code right here and you would copy it and put it in a custom widget. You would add a custom widget and put that right here, and you can name it whatever you want. This won't show, the name won't show up on your website. So that's another way to do it, as in like blank, like you can make whatever you want in Canva and stick it in there. All right, I digress. Okay, so this should save. And so now hopefully see that we did it right. So here we go. Learn more about our relocation services, blah, blah, blah. Learn more should take us to the relocation page. So that's how you get a widget on your website. Like I said, you could make one on Canva. You could, hack one that's already in there. If you want, but that would be the way to do it so that your front page looks like, hey, we do things, relocation is our big deal here. That makes sense. Does anybody have any questions on? Okay, let's see, we got lots of questions. Let's see, blank widget. Can you use Canva to make a video or still photos for the background image on your website? Right now I'm using free stock footage from YouTube, but would prefer to make my own. You absolutely can. For the video, it has to be on YouTube. So you could make a video on Canva and then you'd have to upload it to YouTube to have a video behind this. And I just want to say, and I caution you on it, doing a video, two reasons. One is that it does not show up on mobile. It will only show up on desktop. And on the mobile, it's going to choose like a random screenshot from that video. So it might not be exactly what you want it to look like on mobile. So that's just FYI for the video part of it. As for the picture, yeah, absolutely. If you're going to do your own picture on Canva, you can go to your website manager, your settings, and it tells you right here, you're going to want it this 1600 by, oopsies, by 650 pixels is the size in Canva you want. Do whatever you want for your background picture, and then you would just upload it here. So you would click here, and let's say I wanted to upload this picture. And then people think they're done and they're like, where is it? You have to click this upload button and wait for it to upload. I'm not going to do this because this is, I think, Charlotte. They don't live there. And then it will show up after you click this and upload it. It's going to show up in this list up here. And you just want to make sure you check the one you want and uncheck the ones you don't want. Okay. Teresa says, can you change the font? The answer to that is no. It's going to revert to whatever font you have on your site. So if you have a regular kvCORE site, it's going to be this font. If like your Remax, it might like different accounts like Remax EXP, like those people, they might have special font for theirs, but it's going to revert to whatever font is on yours. Okay, Joan wants to know, so that makes it show up on your website and kind of customizes it more. I'm assuming you're talking about the widget, and if that's the case, then yes, it does. And I just like it because, you can do any widgets you want. There's tons of different widgets you can put on your website to really customize and make it your own. Highly recommend doing that, but doing something about your niche is important, I think. Okay. And then John says, thank you. You're welcome. Tatiana gave me your email address, but I'm not sure why. Maybe you want to tell me why. Okay, where do I go to the site editor? I can't see any code. Can I customize? When I go to the site editor, I can't see any code. Okay, so you probably don't have code in your site editor. The reason that they have code in their site editor is because they joined kvCORE several years back, and this was built several years back before they had widgets. So most people do not have anything in their site editor. So when you go to, let's see here, if you go to your website manager and you go to your site editor, their site editor has these things in it because they were built in code for them. Now, if you want to do this similar thing, you can simply use the featured area widget and build it out without having to code it. Okay, so most people, if you go to site editor, you're not going to have anything in there. You're just going to have widgets. So everything that you see on your site, let me get out of there so I don't mess it up. Everything you see on your site is all widgets. So instead of going to your site editor, you're going to go to widgets and you're going to use your widgets here. So in this case, the site editor was at the top, then I put that widget underneath, right? But you can just add whatever widgets you want or take away widgets you want. The other thing that might happen is you might not see any widgets and it might just say you're inheriting your parental widgets, which means whatever your team did or your office did or your company did is filtering down to you, which is fine. And you can leave it alone or you can clear that and make your own. Okay. I think we're good to go. All right. I'll save the rest of those for later. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to, you're welcome. We are going to talk about how to build this pretty page that he made. And the way that there's a couple different ways you can build it. And some of it takes some coding and some of it doesn't. So I'm going to show you the non-coding way, which is not quite as pretty as this. And then I'm going to show you the coding way, which is prettier. And I'm also going to say, let me put it in the chat. If you're interested in having our professional services build you a page like custom coded, then you can schedule a consult with them. Let me find it here. I know I have it. Hang on. Hang on. Bear with me. I should have had this. You guys can do, there it is. I got it. All right. I'm gonna put this in the chat. But basically, if you want, it's a free consult. They can't help you with anything at all except this. So don't go there thinking you're gonna get support help because they will not do that. They will talk to you about what you want. So if you wanted a really pretty custom page made that is super snazzy, coded, moving, blah, 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 you can tell them what you want. They can tell you what it would cost and you can make that decision yourselves. Okay. If you want to make it yourself, we're going to go to your, or if you want it to make it with some code, like I did here, you can come see me at, do my little shameless plug, in Done For You Services and schedule a consult with me. And I can let you know what it would cost me to do it. It's usually about half what it costs them to do it, but it's not nearly as snazzy as the stuff they do. It's basically as snazzy as this here. Okay. And I'm gonna show you how to do this here. So you can do it yourself as well. All right. So if we were to actually make this page, there's a couple different ways you can do it. So you would go to Website Manager. You're going to make sure you're in your scope. You're going to go down to Custom Pages, View Edit, and you're going to create a new page. So I'm going to call this Moving to Portland Example, because we already have it. And then again, you could create your category, or if you have a category already, you're going to click the relocation category, and that's the one I want. All right. So from here, you can do things without any coding at all. So you could do, and actually Sean gave me, let me find my Google Doc that has all of the information that he wanted on his page. So there it is. He wanted this to be at the top. We provide relocation concierge services. So you can just click in, paste, and then you can be like, I want this to be 24 points. I want it to be bold. I want it to be in this, whatever. Then, so if you look, we're going to kind of go back. Then he wanted to have this video embedded. Now, to embed a video, you do have to use a teeny bit of code. Let me get the video he wanted. So this was the video that he wanted. He gave me the link to Vimeo. You can also do this with YouTube. But if you're in Vimeo or YouTube and you click the share button, you have, and it will give you an embed code. This will also happen on YouTube if you don't have, let me just show you real fast. If you don't have, if I wanted this one and I wanted to embed this on my site, I would hit share, embed, and I would get the code, right? So I'm going to take this code. I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to go back to kvCORE and I'm going to click this little embed code button. And I'm going to add it to the end. I'm going to save it. And now I have this. Vimeo does this weird thing where it adds this wackadoodle stuff in here. And I mean, I can take that out. You just have to go at the end of the iframe and take it out. But Google or YouTube doesn't do that. All right, so now we've got our heading. We've got our video. Oh, I don't want to do that. And now we're going to go underneath the video. To what field is required? Hang on. Need to get underneath it. All right. So then what did we want? We wanted a button. You could, without any code at all, instead of doing a button, where did I go? You could write, oopsies. What was it? I'm going to shut these down or else I'm just going to keep clicking into the wrong things. Hang on. Download our relocation and buying guide. So you could do that. You could say download our relocation and buying guide, right? And then you could hyperlink it, and he actually gave me the link to his Google Drive. So this is, I'll show you the link. And if you're in Google Drive, all you need to do, so this is where it will go. People can go ahead and get their buyer's guide and relocation guide. But if you're in Google Drive, so if let's say you have a PDF that you're offering them, and we're going to use this PDF actually for a landing page tomorrow. You just right click in your Google Drive, share. Make sure that it's anyone with the link and it's viewer, not commenter or editor, because you don't want people to do that. And copy the link. That will give you a downloadable link that you can send people to. So he had given me this link. And I'm going to hyperlink this. So that people can click on it. It doesn't do a button, but it does text with hyperlinking. I'll show you how to do the button in a minute when we do more coding stuff. And you can make it bold, you could make it bigger, whatever you wanted to do. And then on the next down, we had this text. So I'm just going to copy and paste the text. And put it right underneath, right? And it might be a little wonky depending on where you copied and pasted it from. And then after that, he wanted another heading, working hard to welcome you home. Where am I at here? Let's take that down. Which you could paste in, and then again, you can make it be as big as you want it. And then he wanted a picture. So this is the answer to the question about how to get the picture in there. So you would just click right here with this picture button and upload the picture you wanted. And use this picture, I think. Save it, and now put the picture in. So you just kind of go down the list and keep adding things to your page. It looks like I've got some other questions. Let me just make sure they don't pertain to this. Anonymous wants to know. Wait, hang on. If an agent coming from another agency already has a custom built website, that are some of the kvCORE features that are, what are some of the kvCORE features that are easy to integrate into an existing site? So if you have an existing site that's not a kvCORE site, you cannot really do much at all with that unless it's a WordPress site. If it is a WordPress site, you're going to want to go into the marketplace and get the WordPress plugin, and you're going to want to have the developers. It will make it so that kvCORE talks to the WordPress site, and it would have like, you could still make like landing pages and squeeze pages and all that good stuff, and a lead capture and all that would flow right into kvCORE. But if it's a custom made site by any other platform than WordPress, there's really not much you can do on that. Okay, Robert says, go slow on your transitions, please, so we can keep up. I'm sorry, I'll try and go slower. How much would it cost to have them build it for us? To have a custom page made by professional services is going to be anywhere from like 300 to 700 bucks. If you wanted me to build this page for you, it would probably be $200 to $300. Tatiana wants to know, can I change or remove some parts of the code from my company template? No, unfortunately not. Is there any template I can modify? Yes and no. So I use a custom template that has been designed and purchased by my company. I would like to remove some of that code and I don't see it on my website. How do I do that? So Tatiana, to answer your question, if your company bought custom code, there's nothing you can do about it. Your company is going to just locks that in basically, and there's not anything you can do. If you want your own custom code, you want to buy your own custom templates, you can do that. And I will show you where to find that in the marketplace, but you would have to buy it on your own. You can't just modify what they did. Frank wants to know what time tomorrow we're talking about landing and squeeze pages. Same time, same place, just tomorrow. So 11:30 Pacific, 2:30 Eastern, and everything in between will be tomorrow for the landing pages. Okay. All right. So that's, and as you go down, you're just going to keep adding things to what you did. So this right here, you can't really do. You have having it in two columns like that, you have to use code, but you could just, type that in one underneath each other. This you could type in. This right here is actually an embed. They have a podcast that they wanted embedded in there, and it's the same situation as embedding a video. So if I went to the podcast, let me find it. This is the podcast that they wanted. Again, it just depends on, your podcast platform or whatever, where you'd find it, but the embed code is right here. And I just went in and put that in, again, at the end of all this code, I put the podcast in, same thing. So we're running out of time. I've got 10 minutes and I want to show you the coding side of things. And then we put in another button. Again, you could put another hyperlinked text. And then we did this with the stars around it and the box. You'd have to use code for, but you could just write it out like, here's a recent testimonial, blah, blah, blah. And this is nice because when you're on this page, people can come here, they could do any search they wanted. The other thing you could put on this page, and we're going to do that tomorrow, is some links out to searches. So search for homes for sale in Portland, that kind of thing. So we'll do that as well. Okay, so that's what you would do if you are just doing it without code. If you want to code, I know what you're going to say. Heather, I can't code. I can't code either. But you know what has just dropped in our laps? It's ChatGPT and it will code anything you want. So here we go. Ready? We're gonna go. Let me get out of here, get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. Okay, so let's go to ChatGPT. And if you guys haven't used ChatGPT yet, oh my God, are you missing out? Is all I'm gonna say. Frank wants to know, is this recorded? Yes, this will be recorded and on YouTube tomorrow. Oh, Tatiana, I'm sorry. I was going to show you where to buy that. Let me get out of here really fast. Marketplace. First of all, that link I gave you for the consult, you can talk to them about it there as well. But if you go to semi-custom templates right here, add the kvCORE, you can pick any template you want out of these. And then all this stuff is editable. So like what these boxes say and where they go and all that good stuff is all editable. You work with your designer to make it. So I think it's for a single agent is $6.99. Okay. Sorry about that. All right. Where was I? Okay, so we're gonna go to ChatGPT. And so you remember at the top of this page, I wanted a header that says, or a title that says this. So if I go to ChatGPT and write me HTML code for a title that says that that says colon. I'm going to copy and paste it from his doc, right? And if you hit do that, I'll say here it is. And when you're copying and pasting this, you do not need the HTML tags. You can just copy and paste it. It won't hurt you if you put the HTML tags in though. So let me go back to making that page. So website manager, correct scope, page, new page, relocation, example, location. So now we're gonna do all this in the code. So we're gonna go code and paste it in, save it. There it is. Then if you recall, he wanted that Vimeo. Find it here again. We're going to get that code off of Vimeo. So we're going to share it. Here's that code. Where's our new? There it is. So again, we're going to go to the code and put that code in, save it. Okay. Then he wanted a button. Now we're going to make that button. You can do it in ChatGPT, although it is a little wonky. We'll take that out later. I know I have this. I did some custom page coding hacks on a video. I'm gonna put that video in the chat, but this has a few, where did my chat go? There it is. This has a few links on it. And one of the links it has, or one of the examples it has, is this. Where's my code share? Is how to add a button to anywhere you want on your kvCORE site. And the code is this. That's the code right here. So your link goes here. So if you remember, his link was his buyer. Was it the buyer's resource guide or was it the, yeah, buyer's resource guide? Copy it. That is going to go in the link spot. And the button name was download our relocation and buyer's guide. And save. And I know it doesn't look like a button here, but if you, when we preview it after we're done, it will definitely look like a button. And then the next thing they wanted was just this text. So again, you can say to ChatGPT, write me HTML code for body text that says, and here it is. So I'm just gonna do that. And they put a title in here and you don't really need it. So you just need the body code. So you're gonna go body. I don't know why ChatGPT did that. Put it in. Save it. There it is. I love ChatGPT, you guys. It's the best. Okay, and then what did we have? Wrong one. We had a title, another title. So I'm just going to say, write me code. Now, if you want a picture and you want to tell them to write you code for that picture, you need a URL for that picture. ChatGPT, you can't just give them the picture. So the easiest way to get a picture out of kvCORE, I'm just going to do a new kvCORE box here, is to go to quick actions, blog post, add a post. Now we're not really going to add a post. We're just going to get the URL for a picture. So I'm going to upload that pretty picture. Save it. Then go to the code and it'll end in a .png. This is your code. This is your link for the picture. But you could upload the picture like, this is the easiest way, but you could upload it to like Snapfish or like, you know, a place that like stores photos online and get the URL from there. Because the other way to get this URL would be right here. I could go right click, copy image address. So the URL has to exist online somewhere. So copy image address. That's how you get the link, the URL for the picture. So if I tell ChatGPT, I say, write me code for a heading that says this with this picture under it. That's the code. I'm just copy and pasting it to save time. And say, yes, do that for me. Just does it. It's magical. So I'm going to say, I'm going to take all this out, copy it, put it here. So again, go back up to your code, just add it to the end and just keep adding to the end of it. So now we've got this, we've got this, we've got the picture. So you can see what I'm doing, right? You just tell ChatGPT to do that. Then what we had, and I want to show you this before I go, even though we're at our time, where am I at? We made 2 columns here. So I'm going to tell Chat GPT. Write me HTML code for these 2 headings with the following bullet points in 2 columns. Like just those, that's the information. And there it is. Right? And then I'm just going to take it, copy it. Where am I at? I'm in the wrong space. Oh, no. Go back to my code, chuck it on the end of the code. And now we've got that same thing there. So I'm just gonna save this. I'm not gonna go through the rest of it because we're at our time, but you can see what you would need to do. So here's your example. We just had Chat GPT. Oh, what happened? Oh, example. Just isn't there yet. We have to give it a chance to populate. It'll populate in a few seconds, but basically, like, you can have Chat GPT write all your code for you. So that's how you would do it. I'm going to wait for that to populate. I'm going to answer some of these questions that it looks like we have. Robert wants to know, if you have time, is there a way to add a button that says join our mailing list and have it capture info on our CRM? Robert, the way to do that would be to create a landing page where they can put their information in and have the button direct to the landing page. So you would make a landing page that, the landing page, and you would change all this out. You'd make a different background picture, all that stuff. And then you're basically going to just say, you know, join our mailing list. And when they do it, you're gonna, like, if you make this and you save it, it will give you a link. So if I made it, I saved it, that's my link. So that's the link I would do for that button that I showed you. And then obviously when you're doing that, you can, you know, and we'll go over our landing pages tomorrow, but you can put any hashtag you want, like hashtag mailing list. So, you know, like that's where they came in at. Okay. And actually, if you wanted it to be like your mailing list of an actual address, like a physical address, you could use a different landing page that they put their address in for. Okay. So Melissa wants to know, tomorrow we will learn how to change the fonts and everything on the landing page. No, you can't change fonts on landing pages, but I will show you how to make a landing page. So what we're going to do tomorrow is we're going to make a landing page where instead of, where am I going to go here? Let's see if this is populated now. Not yet. I think it's mad because we did this other one, but instead of saying download our relocation guide and having it go there, it's going to go to a landing page where they have to get their information before they can get the landing page or before they can get the relocation guide. So one of the things we're going to do tomorrow. Okay. All right. Please confirm as a Remax agent, I can create a landing page. Absolutely, Frank, you can create a landing page. If you're not, you should be able to go right here to Web and IDX, no, sorry, Lead Engine, and click Build Landing Page. If you're not able to do it, talk to the chat bubble down here and tell them that you can't, but I promise you every Remax agent can build a landing page. Okay. Penny, we need to work with her website. I will do that in a second. Just go through everybody's questions, make sure I'm not missing anybody. Tatiana wants to know, I have an option to choose another template instead of my company template. Will I be able to modify it? The answer to that is yes. Just going through these here. Answered that. So I think we're down to reviewing existing campaigns and getting the bats off. So let's, I'm gonna turn this off so we don't have that loaded. It's kind of weird though that it hasn't got up yet. Oh, there it is. So this is the one that I just did. We stopped it here. It's finally loaded, just FYI, with all, you can see that we did all of the code, and it looks pretty much exactly the same as the one I did before. So I'm gonna actually delete out this page because I don't want both of them on their website, but that's how you do it if you want to do some chat GPT coding. I'm going to make sure I delete the correct one. Okay. All right. So let's talk really fast. How can I review existing campaigns without cloning? So if you are in your smart CRM, nope, sorry, bad news. You're in your smart campaigns. And let's say that, like, this is a company one, right? Let's find a company one, like your new lead buyer. Without cloning it, so he can edit it because he's a company admin. Let's try this. Let's go to his Sean. It still lets him do it because he's a company admin. All right, hang on a second. Let me log in as myself. Oh, God, company admin. Give me just a second. Now, agent level 1. There we go. Okay. So if you are in here and you want to review, so you go to your smart campaigns and you find an office level 1. There's so many in here. Company. So here's my default closed at the company. You just click view and you can see what it says. You don't have to be able to edit it, see what's happening on here. Now, if you want to edit it, yeah, you're going to have to clone it. But if you just want to review it and see, you just click the view button and you should be able to see what's going on with the campaigns. And even the ones like in the library, if you're in the kvCORE library. I'm just going to shout it out right now, you guys. These core ones are all brand new. Highly recommend them. They're really great. I did a whole video on that one. Put it in the I did new. Yeah, new default options in kvCORE. Here, I'll put this in the chat for you guys. Go ahead and look at those because they're great. Okay, so now I think, oh, I've got some other stuff in here on the chat. Let me go in this through the chat here and make sure we haven't missed anything. Uh, uh, Randy wants to know, do you see the possibility of widgets ever being open to add to custom pages, or can we copy the HTML from widgets and paste it on custom pages? Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know if that would work. I'll try it and see, but I'm not sure do that. I'm not sure you can do that with a widget. Probably not with a widget. Debbie said, I'd like to hire you to get mine set up. Debbie, or anyone really, if you know what you want, you don't want to schedule a consult, you can email me. Put my email in realestate.com. Yeah, dfy@insightrealestate.com. Okay. Debbie wants to know, do you do one-on-one training on how to change the website so one could keep up on it and make changes down the road? Yes. If you go to your marketplace and schedule a coaching call right here, it's an hour with me one-on-one. You can talk about anything you want. I can teach you anything you want to know. We'll do it there. So we can definitely do that. I think that's it. So now we're just down to Penny and her bats. I think. Oh, Tatiana, if I choose another template, will I lose my widgets and my settings? You might. But if you lose widgets, FYI, go back here. Any previous widget you've ever made, if you go to your widgets, will be in your history. So if you've made widgets before, you can put them back in right here, just FYI. So they might go away, but you can just add them back when you want to. Any widget you've ever made will be in your history right there, regardless of your template. Now, if you do a customized template from professional services that I showed you in the marketplace, that's a totally different story, but you're paying for them to redo everything anyway. Okay. Teresa wants to know, is there an email? Well, there is an email recording. Teresa, we're not emailing these recordings out, but they will be on the Facebook page and they will be on our YouTube channel, which is, I will put that in here. And then I will get to the bats, and then also, Frank, we can look at your website after that. Here is our YouTube channel. Also, the playlist I put in earlier was there. Okay. All right, I think, oh, you're welcome. All right. Let's go to Penny. Penny, can you chat me private your Penny and Frank, chat me private your login email to get into your account, and then I can look you up and we can look at it. Tatiana wants to know, how can I schedule the next webinar? You would go to your dashboard, go to the training calendar. So if you want to be here tomorrow, pick your time zone. Let's say you're Eastern. And tomorrow is Tuesday. You're going to want to sign up for the Success Meetup. We do these every week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 Pacific. Okay, Frank, I got you. Let's do you first. Give me just a second to find your account. I'm getting my cigarette hangers. All right, Frank. All right, Frank, here. So here's, oh no, we got to share my screen. Frank can't see my screen. Share screen. Okay, here you go. So I'm in your account. You just go to lead engine, build landing page, at which point you can make any, actually, where am I with Frank here? I'll let you talk, Frank, too, if you're seeing something different. You can unmute if you have a question, but
no, that's exactly what I see. The only thing is what I'm trying to do is I have created guides and lists, but I want to be able to create a landing page or squeeze page, whatever the case may be, so that if someone wants to find it, or if I advertise it in whatever social media means, they go to my website, they click a link, they download what they're looking for, and I capture, their name and some sort of contact information so I can contact them back.
Right. Yeah. So that's what so exactly this. So you would go here, you'd go lead, I'll show you. So you go to lead engine, build landing page. I like the light theme because I think it's nicer. You can change the background photo to anything you want. Or you can put your own in down here. But you need that URL like I showed you guys before. And then you can just change this, like load my buyer guide, let's say. And you can change all of this. See where it says see the list now? You're gonna say it's gonna be in the submit button text up here, download now. And you can change all of this, like to say why they would want, to download your buyer's guide. And then you could put in a hashtag could be buyer's guide so that when they come into the system, they know, that they came in from the buyer's guide. And then the URL after login is going to be, so like if let's say
Right.
it's this buyer's resource guide, it would go right here.
Right. So
Right.
I know how to do that, but what if, can I just send it? The thing is, I have a buyer's guide and various, let's say like a seller's list or a buyer's list. I have virtual lists. Do I have only one specific landing page, or can I have them go somewhere where they choose what they want to download?
Oh, no, you cannot have them choose what they want to download. You would just say, hey, here's my buyer. You would make a landing page for your buyer's guide and save it. Then you'd go back again and make another landing page for your seller's guide. Then you'd make, you know what I mean? You would make a different landing page for each guide you wanted.
So
What
where
you
would I
could-
create where would I create the second landing page then?
Okay, so like let's say we make this page and we save it. Now you have this page. You would this is the link to this page.
Correct.
You just go back to the landing page, make a new one. You can make as many as you like. In your, if you go to all lead engine tools, and these are your landing pages, you can go to past landing pages, you have to, and see all the ones we've done already. So it looks like you've done a few. This is the one I just did, and this is the link to it. So then you do the next one. Always do the hashtag so you know what the heck you made. And then, seller's guide, whatever, and you can just copy the links. What you could do if you want to send someone somewhere to choose what they want is you could make a custom page on, like we were just talking about,
Okay.
on your website with buttons that go to each of these links. Like download my buyer's guide, download my seller's guide. It would just go down to each, landing page for them to get it. You could do that. And then
Okay,
use that.
so what is now being viewed, because we did this one right now, what is being viewed, let's say, if someone logged in, would they just see that buyer's guide? Like what is actually active?
There's nothing active like this link right here. Like if you take this link is your landing page, right?
Okay.
So if you went to Facebook and you said, download my buyer guide for free, and then you put that link in, it's going to be right there. And then you could take this out and you could post it. And when they click there, it's going to take them right here.
Oh, I
Does that
see.
make
So
sense? Yeah.
so
If you
it's
wanted
not
it
like
in
it
your
was on the main page. These landing pages aren't there.
They're
Correct?
not there, but you can put them there. So like if you wanted to, you could go to Web and IDX website manager, make a custom page.
Okay.
And then instead of making the page, you're just going to redirect it to your landing page.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah. And when you do that, then whatever title you put in, remember I showed you at the very beginning how to put it in your navigation?
Right.
You could put you could make your category, download my guides, and then have your title be buyer's guide, seller's guide, whatever. And then in the drop down, they can choose whatever one they want there to download if they wanted that. And then they could and do that. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. We are way past our time and I really want to get to Penny's bats. Penny, did you send me your, yes, that is private, Penny. Let's see. Let me remove I'll let Penny talk if she wants to, and then I'm gonna go get.
I think I got rid of the bats. It's the background
Okay.
picture,
Okay.
the Halloween background picture that I had chosen, and it's not on my phone. When I look at my site on my phone, but when I bring it up on my laptop, it's still there, and I've done the flush cache thing, and it just shows. I don't know what to believe. I don't know if it's still on there or not on there.
Okay. Give me a second. Are you guys still seeing my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go to your this is your website. And you're saying that your background picture is still Halloween, which looks like it is. Well, that's not a background picture, that's a video. And that's why. Do you remember before when I was saying that the video doesn't show up on mobile, it only shows up on the desktop? So
Oh, okay.
probably have going on here is it's a cute picture.
Yeah,
You have a video. Let's see, where did you put the video in? Facebook. Did I miss it?
I couldn't find it yesterday. That was my issue. I thought, why is this doing this? Because the bats had a whole long, a couple
Yeah,
lines and
yeah.
stuff. And I just deleted that. But then I couldn't find where I gotten the other thing from. And then I looked through the background images, because I thought I had seen it in there at one.
Yeah, it's definitely your title, custom header, blah, blah, blah. Facebook. I didn't think it was. Oh, here it is. It's right here. So we're just going to take this out.
Oh, okay.
Save it.
Thank you.
There you go. You should be good to go now.
Okay, thanks so much. I appreciate it.
You are welcome. Okay, guys. I think, let me just see if there's any other questions. Don't think so. Okay, so everybody, hopefully you're gonna meet with me tomorrow. We're gonna make some landing pages. We're gonna do a Facebook ad, and whatnot to for marketing your niche. And I think that we're gonna have a lot of fun. So let's see. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. So we'll see you all tomorrow. I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. And we'll see you then. Take care, everybody.